Sometimes the smallest mistakes turn into the biggest turning points of our lives. One ordinary night at a luxury restaurant, a single father struggling to provide for his daughter accidentally spilled red wine on the silk dress of one of the world's most powerful billionaire CEOs. Gasps echoed in the dining hall, and everyone expected the man to be fired on the spot. But instead, the woman's next words silenced the entire room and set off a chain of events that no one could have ever imagined. Stay with me until the end, because what happened between this single dad waiter and the billionaire CEO will not only move your heart, but also prove that sometimes fate disguises itself as a mistake. Daniel Carter was 32 years old, a single father who worked double shifts at La Belle Maison, one of the city's most elegant restaurants. Life hadn't been kind to him. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier after a long illness, leaving him with their daughter, Lily, who was only 6 at the time. Every day since then, Daniel carried 2 jobs, by day a delivery driver and by night a waiter. His hands were always tired, his back always aching, but his heart carried a strength he didn't know he had the strength to raise his little girl alone. That night, the restaurant was buzzing with guests. The chandeliers glowed, violins played softly in the corner, and waiters rushed in perfectly timed steps, balancing trays of delicate dishes and glasses of sparkling wine. Daniel, already exhausted from a 12-hour day, was trying to focus. He reminded himself, just get through tonight. Rent is due, and Lily needs her school fees. But then, fate played its cruel trick. At the most prestigious table sat Isabella Hartmann, a woman the world admired and feared. Billionaire CEO of Hartmann Enterprises, known for her sharp intelligence and ruthless business instincts. She was dressed in an ivory silk gown that looked like it cost more than Daniel's yearly rent. As he leaned forward to pour a glass of her favorite vintage red, his tired hand slipped. The wine spilled, cascading down her flawless gown like a crimson stain spreading across snow. Gasps erupted across the dining hall. A couple at the next table whispered, "That's Isabella Hartmann!" "He's finished." The maitre d' froze, ready to intervene. Daniel's heart stopped. He stammered, I'm so sorry, ma'am. Please forgive me. It was an accident." His hands trembled as he grabbed a napkin, his mind already picturing the worst, losing his job, losing the one thing keeping him and Lily afloat. But Isabella didn't react the way anyone expected. She didn't shout. She didn't humiliate him. She didn't even look angry. Instead, she looked at Daniel's tired face, his wrinkled uniform, his trembling hands. And then, softly but firmly, she said the words that shocked everyone, "Relax. It's just a dress. Tell me, what's your story?" The entire restaurant froze. Nobody could understand why a billionaire CEO was asking a waiter such a personal question. Daniel blinked in disbelief. My story," he whispered. Isabella nodded. "Yes, you look like a man who carries more than just trays on his shoulders. Tell me why you look so tired." And just like that, in the middle of the grand dining hall, Daniel's life was about to change forever. Later that night, after the guests had left and Daniel's shift ended, Isabella waited for him near the exit. The maitre d' tried to apologize on Daniel's behalf again, but Isabella waved him off. She approached Daniel directly, her expression calm but curious. "You didn't answer my question earlier," she said. "Why do you look like a man who hasn't slept in years?" Daniel hesitated. He didn't want pity. He didn't want anyone's charity. But something about her tone, gentle yet commanding, made him speak. He told her everything. About his wife's illness, about the medical bills that drained his savings, about how Lily looked at him every night asking if everything would be okay, and how he worked endlessly so she could have a chance at a better life. His voice cracked, but he kept going. He confessed the fear of losing his job tonight and how he couldn't afford that risk. For a moment, Isabella said nothing. She simply listened, her sharp CO eyes softening. Finally, she smiled, a rare, genuine smile. "Daniel Carter," she said, "do you realize how strong you are? You've been carrying a weight most men would collapse under, and yet you're still standing." Daniel looked down, ashamed. "Barely," he muttered. That's when Isabella surprised him again. "I don't believe in accidents. I believe in opportunities. You spilled wine on me tonight, but what I really see is a man with loyalty, discipline, and determination. Qualities I value more than anything in business." Daniel frowned. "I don't understand." She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "Come work for me, not as a waiter but in a role where your skills and grit can grow. I'll help you provide for your daughter. All I ask is that you give me the same dedication you give her." Daniel's eyes widened. A billionaire offering him a lifeline. It sounded like a dream or a trick. "Why me?" he whispered. Isabella's answer was simple: "Because I see a fighter. And fighters don't belong serving tables forever." That night, Daniel walked home under the dim city lights, his mind spinning. Lily was asleep when he got back, clutching her teddy bear. He tucked her in, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "Things might be changing for us, baby." And for the first time in years, Daniel allowed himself to dream, not of just surviving, but of finally giving his daughter the life she deserved. But what he didn't know yet was that accepting Isabella's offer would not only transform his future, but also hers in ways neither of them could predict.